to my knitting podcast. If you're new here, thank you so very much. This will not be a regular episode, this will be an inspirational video. And today we are going to talk about, or at least I'm going to talk about, 30 small skinny scarves. And they are all free. So maybe you're still looking for a gift for your loved one, and these are all small scarves that use less than 400 meters of yarn, and that is less than one skein. So you probably have some leftover skeins, and this might be the perfect project. So if you're a returning viewer, of course, thank you so very much for returning and um, listening to me ramble about knitting. So I'm wearing today a ranunculus. It is one of my favorites. It's so nice and warm and soft. So that pattern doesn't need any explanation because we all know this pattern, right? So I will be looking mostly at my phone. So I hope you like my orchids, and I will cover myself up probably with all the pictures so you can see. Um, yeah. So I chose this time the free patterns, and I also have a few crochet patterns in between there. So I think that would be nice, maybe as a first project, or yeah, crocheting goes very fast. So if you're short on time, that definitely would be a good choice. So the first one is actually a crocheted little scarf. It is a Clara neck scarf by Janet Pippin, excuse me. It only has two projects, but I really like it. So on Ravelry, the pattern shows as a paid for pattern, but it is also available for free, and that's probably on her blog. It is a crocheted small scarf. It uses two colors. It also uses a crochet hook, of course, because it's crocheted. It's a 3.75 or an F crochet hook. And this one uses less than 300 meters or 290 yards. It's one size, but it is adjustable. Yeah, a skinny crochet scarf. That is really, really cute. The next one is the Florence bandana, and it is by Stitchberry, and it uses fingering weight yarn, and it is such an adorable little pattern. She also uses it as an head scarf, a little bandana, and yeah, it looks like an easy pattern. So the hook size is 4 millimeter OHE. She uses 280 yards, which is 265 meters. Only one size, which makes sense. Definitely fun. All the patterns will be linked as a bundle down below, so you can easily find them on Ravelry only, unfortunately. The next one is My Lucy Scarf by Carolina Besolek. Only three patterns, which is always a little bit sad, and also a crocheted one. I'm sorry, that is just how it happened. It uses fingering weight yarn, a maximum of 300 meters or 328 yards, a hook size 3 millimeter, and it is a simple, beautiful, little or big if you want, a scarf worked from the side to the side. So yeah, a lovely little border that can hide a few wonky stitches. Very cute. The next one is the Four Token. It's by Two Worlds Together, and that is a collaboration with a hobby, so it is free on the hobby website. She uses a DK weight yarn, and the needle size is US 5 or 3.75 meters. It uses around a little over 400 meters or 456 yards, but there's also an average between 300 and 400. So that depends probably on how big you're gonna make it. It has a bubble or a popcorn stitch, and yeah, it is very cute. I like the color also. It's very pretty. A small little scarf. The next one is the Harvest neck scarf, and it is by Jeanette Pipin. Again, she has a few of those skinny scarves on her website. Also, this one needs to be clicked through. So you get to her blog and there it will be for free. A crocheted one, and it is suitable for any gauge and any yarn. The hook size recommended is 4.5 and 5.5, which will be an I. The yardage is among 200 meters at most, or 230 yards. There are a few sizes depending on which hook size and which thickness of yarn you use. Of course, it will become bigger or smaller. A DK version, I can only imagine this goes very fast, and I really like it. It is a really pretty pattern, and it is crochet. Yeah. The next one is called The Tiny Scarf by Kinga Klodawaska. Right, this has a very pretty lace all over, and she uses a cotton merino yarn. It is also suitable for any gauge, and the needle size is a US 2.5, 4 and 6, which equals 3 millimeters, 3.5 and 4 millimeter. A maximum is used of 437 yards or 400 meters. It's one size and also customizable, which is good. The next one is the Fern Valley Scarf by Drops Designs. It has such a cute little edge, and the rest of the whole shawl scarf is made in garter stitch. So they use Drops Flora, which is a very affordable yarn, and you will need around 230 yards, which is 210 meters. And needle size is 3.5. It is available in so many languages. They say it is an I-cord edging, it is knit in one piece, and it has picots on the side. Yeah, I always like picots. That's probably why I was drawn to this pattern. Free pattern from Drops. The next one is a simple sideways triangle scarf by Church Mouse Yarns and Tees. So this is a full garter stitch. It's a little bit bigger than the rest. It uses a sport weight yarn and around 330 yards or 302 meters. The needle size is a US 6 or 4 millimeter. It is knitted in one piece seamlessly, and it is triangle shaped. So it is fully written, they say, and this is, yeah, like I said, it's a bit bigger, but also a very nice scarf. The next one is a small one. It's the Lava Lace Scarf by Evelyn A. Clark. It has a gauge of 20 stitches. The needle size used is a US 5 or 3.75, and the yardage is 250 yards or 229 meters. The size is easily adjustable, and it is bottom up. It has a chart, it has a lace, and it is triangle shaped. It has a chart, but it is also written out. So a very cute scarf. I would not have guessed that it is made out of Icelandic yarn, but it looks really pretty. I can imagine it is also nice in some mohair or brushed alpaca. Yeah. The next one is an interesting one because I thought that would be really nice for leftovers. So this is a pattern from Pearl Soho. Pearl Soho has many free patterns on their website. That's really beginner friendly also. So the pattern is called the collar tipped scarf. So this one is made in 3 colors. So both ends are in different colors, and the body of the shawl is in another color. So I can only imagine this is a very nice pattern for leftovers. It is knitted up in a worsted weight yarn with a stitch gauge of 17 stitches. They advise needle size US 8 or 5 millimeter. The yardage is around 400 meters or 484 yards, but that is the biggest size. It is knitted in one piece. It has color work, and it is also knitted flat. So yeah, this is a very interesting pattern, and yeah, if this is your style, this will definitely be a very Very nice pattern, and I think it will be lots of fun to knit that up. The next one is the Sweet Little Scarlet by Ambra O'Brien. She made such a beautiful designs always, shawls and garments. And this is just a very cute little one. You can, I probably it's also, you can tie it around your hat if you like that. She uses a fingering weight and a lace weight. Gauge is 28 stitches on a 4 millimeter. The yardage is between 220 and 420 yards, or 201 and 384 meters. One size easily adjustable. It is knit in the round, sideways, seamlessly. So, yes, a little scarlet. So, if she says it is knit in the round, I think it is double knitted. Probably is. So, that will be interesting for sure. The next one, the Blackberry Kerchief, and I really love this one. This is by the Church Mouse Yarn and Tees again. It has many projects. It is made out of Rowan Kid Silk Haze, so that is a beautiful kid silk, and of course you can substitute for a different sort of kid silk or Brastopaka if you don't like the mohair. It had a gauge of 23 stitches and it is knitted on a 4 millimeter needle. The yardage is 229 yards or 209 meters. It is a lace and knitted in one piece. It is also textured and has a triangular shape. So yes, this is absolutely, I really love it. It's really, really delicate, beautiful, beautiful pattern. It looks so soft. The next one is really small, and this is probably something you've seen before. At least I have seen it before. This is a little keyhole scarf, and it's called the Berry Scarf by Eon Song. And this is textured. It has wrapped bubbles. I think it's bubbles, yes. And it's a really, really small one. So let me see, it is knitted up in worsted weight yarn in a stitch case of 21 stitches and 4 millimeter, and it only requires 150 yards and between 150 and 200 yards and 137 and 183 meters. It has a video tutorial and it is a written pattern and it's also charted. So this is a really cute little scarf. Yeah. The next one is something I really like. It's called The Tiny Tassels by Karin Fernandez. It has many patterns. It is a triangular shaped shawl. It looks very beginner friendly. It's all garter stitch. And it is published in Loop London. I just checked. You can just freely download it on their website. It is knitted in a light fingering gauge and it has six stitches on 2.5 centimeters. So that is 24 stitches in 10 centimeters or 4 inches. They use a needle size US 4 or 3.5 millimeter and the yardage is 400 yards or 366 meters. It's only one size. It's so cute because it has tiny little tassels on the end and they used different colors of yarn. I just thought it was so darling and adorable that yeah, it was a one skein project. It's definitely a beginner or intermediate knitting projects. One size fits most adults, and yeah, depending on the colors it will totally have a different vibe, of course, but it is a really, really nice pattern. The next pattern is Circle Turkle. Now that is probably very much very butchered, by Kuri Pedersen. And it has many projects. It is a little triangular shaped scarf. It's knitted in DK weight, 21 stitches, and a US 4 3.5 millimeter. It only requires 252 yards or 230 meters, and the sizes available is 80 centimeters. Very nice stitch pattern. Yeah, it's very simple, but a very fun and elegant scarf. The next one is The Simple Little Thing by Melina Brel. And this has so many projects. It's probably because it's very similar to one of the very wanted patterns from Petite Knit, I think. But it is very simple, and apparently many people, more than 1900 people, like to knit this. It is knitted in a DK weight yarn on a stitch gauge of 24 stitches. It uses a 7 US 7 or 4.5 millimeter needle. It only requires at most 273 yards or 250 meters. It is in, the size is just as big as you want to make it. So it is not a scarf, it's not a shawl, it's just a simple little knitted thing in between that can be easily knitted from 1 to infinitive skeins of yarn. Yes, of course. It looks like it is knitted sideways, and yeah, it looks a lot like the famous scarf we all know. The next one is A Wisp of Warmth by Lisa R. Myers. And this is also just a super simple little scarf. But what I liked is the mohair fluffy look it had. So it is knitted with a lace weight yarn, but on a big stitch gauge, and that is 18 stitches for 10 centimeters or 4 inches. The needle size is US 6 and 4 millimeter, and the yardage is only 150 yards or 137 meters. So a cute little scarlet, and it's seamless, selvage edge, and worked flat, one piece. Yeah, Wisp of Warmth. The next one is an interesting one. It's the regal hair scarf, but you can also tie it around your neck. The thing I liked is they embroidered some little flowers on there. So it looks like the very basic little scarf, but it was embellished, which gives it a very cute appearance. And I always think the embellishment can also be used, of course, on different patterns, maybe on a sweater or towel, anything. So it is a fingering weight yarn, and the stitch gauge is 24 stitches. They uses a needle size US 4 or 3.5 millimeter. It is striped collar work, and yeah, this is knitted in one piece in garter stitch. You start with one of the colors and change to the other one halfway through the project. Okay, the next one is from Natasha Hornby, and it is called Schelpje, which is like a little seashell. It's a little bit bigger. She shows us how you can wear it in multiple ways. Her company is called Moonstruck Knits. She uses a light fingering weight yarn and a 20 stitch gauge. So needle size is US 3 and 5, and it is 3.25 millimeter or 3.75 millimeter. A maximum of 350 yards or 320 meters, and you can choose the size long or short. She uses an I-cord, a Kitchener stitch, and collar work. It's seamless, sideways, and worked flat. Yeah, schelpje means little shell in Dutch. Yes, it's worked in a tuck stitch variation that looks as good on the wrong side as it does on the right side. So yeah, very interesting scarf. Then there is the keyhole scarf for beginners. It is a free pattern on her website. Ravelry is a paid for pattern, and that is probably be had without any ads. So this looks like a very quick project. It's knitted up in an Aran weight with 16 stitches and a needle size of US 9 for 5.5 millimeter. The maximum usage is about 100 yards or 91 meters, and she has sizes available from adult, teen, and children. It's so seamless, it has a selvage edge, and she even has a video tutorial. The next one is the ribbon scarf by Pearl Soho again. This is just a very plain scarf. It has no texture. It's knitted in a fingering weight and a very small stitch gauge of 34 stitches. The needle size is US 2 or 2.75 and they use about 420 yards or 384 meters. It's knitted in one size, in the round, modular, a provisional cast on, seamlessly and written. So yeah, I can imagine this is not a single layered piece, but definitely a double layered piece, which makes it lay so beautiful and flat. Otherwise it will definitely curl up on the sides. So the next one is the Dorchester scarf by Stitchberry. Very simple little scarf. It is crocheted in a fingering weight yarn with a stitch gauge of 16 stitches, a hook size 3.5 millimeter or an E hook, and the yardage is a little bit over 400 meters. It is 440 meters actually, or 485 yards, which makes it a little bit bigger, but I'm sure you can shorten it a little bit so you can make it out of one skein. It looks simple, it's crochet, it goes very quickly. The next one is the Meadow Scarf, by Annabelle Williams. This looks a little bit more advanced. It has some cables. It is knitted up in a DK weight with a 30 stitches gauge. And that is probably because of the cable pattern that is cinching in usually. It needs a needle size US 4 or 3.5 millimeter, and the yardage is not much. It is at most 268 yards or 245 meters. It's one size, and yeah, it is, she says, it's her first scarf design inspired by the newness of spring and the long-awaited flowers that are about to blossom in a beautiful meadow. So, we're maybe a little late to the party, but it is very pretty. Definitely something different. If you like cables, this will be a very, very nice one. The next one is the BU scarf by Tracy Pipinish. Another crochet one. It is suitable for any gauge. And the gauge is also not important, so she doesn't even mention it, which is so nice. You use something in between of 100 and 800 yards, which is 91 or 732 meters. Any size you want, you can make it. It is knitted in, it is crocheted in one piece seamlessly sideways and also flat, which is only logical. It has a very nice little scalloped edge, so it has a little bit of extra to the very basic one. So I like it, definitely. The next one is the Vibes Scarf by Guri Pedersen. And it is a very simple top-down, a little triangular scarf with some eyelets and garter stitch. And it looks super simple. It's knitted up in DK weight with a 22 stitch count. It uses a US 4 or 3.5 millimeter, only 120 yards or 110 centimeters, and the size is approximately 75 centimeters. A little scarf which can be knitted up so very quickly. I found another one on the Drops website, and it is called the Winter Crossover Scarf. And it's such a cute little scarf. It reminds me of some of the scarves we have seen before. Of course, you can only come up with so much ideas. It uses Drops Noord, which is very soft and one of my favorite yarns, as you know if you followed me. It has a stitch gauge of 24 stitches. It uses needle size 4, US 4, 3.5 millimeter, only 170 meters or 186 yards. It's available in many, many languages. It also has eyelets, an I-cord edging, picots. Yeah, absolutely a sweet little scarf. It's a little bit wider than the one we saw before, but definitely very, very cute. The next one is the Precious scarf, and that is a different kind of. It is like, it's just a rectangle, It uses lace weight yarn on a stitch gauge of 24 stitches. Needle size is US 9 or 5.5, so it is a very loose gauge, but it looks really delicate, and with the lace, it's really pretty. It uses only 290 yards or 200 meters. It has one size. I can imagine it is very easy to shorten or lengthen. So the next one, oh, I have names I really cannot pronounce, but it is the Rails scarf by Agnes Brandels. And another cute scarf which has a little bit of a cable, looks like, and it is knitted in Yarbo alpaca silk, a sport weight yarn. The gauge is 28 stitches, 2.5 US or 3 mm. It uses 361 yards or 320 meters, and it is a scarf. It has cables and a chart and I-cord, and it is knitted sideways. So this is also it would even be nice for a man, I think. This is a very different and a nice project. So we are at the last one, and that is the one skein keyhole scarf by Jeanette Pipin. I think we had a few of her patterns. She probably is a crochet designer. I thought this was a very cute keyhole scarf, and it does not look that complicated. I have not looked up on her blog yet, but it is free available on her blog. It is even in a worsted weight yarn, which can be so quickly 16 stitches and a 5 mm hook or an H. The yardage is between 175 and 200 yards, and that is equals 160 to 183 meters. Only one size, and that is adult. It says bottom up lace mesh one piece seamless sideways worked flat, and it's a written pattern. So yeah, it looks super cute, and that would be a really nice project for the last minute. So I don't know how much patterns I said I had, but I had to delete a few because as I was talking to you, it meant there were a few patterns there that were only in Norwegian. So I did not want to include that because I think it is this is a podcast for mainly English speaking viewers. So I ended up with 29 items, if it is correct, and I think there's definitely something in between there that we can knit up for somebody we love or for ourselves. Is a very nice in-between projects, something to just clear your mind from everything you've done and everything you need to do probably, and just enjoy a little bit of simple knitting or crochet. So, if you were interested in this episode, thank you so very much for watching. I will link my other episode with inspirational patterns, and that were the mohair sweaters, just in case you're interested in that one. And then I will soon be here back with a regular episode about knitting and everything I've been up to. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Happy knitting, and until next time, thank you so very much. Bye bye.